When I was starting out, uh, just adulthood, going to college, being by myself, the kind of time in your life when that you've experienced and I've experienced, and many people have, where your father's faith has to become your own. Um, I thank God for a faith like my sister's, to where she feels the love of God and believes, and it works. But I definitely had barriers philosophically. Like, do I really believe this? I've been told this all my life, raised in the church. Do I really believe Christ rose from the dead? Do I really believe these things? Yeah, I would say that in my younger years, it was because I had those young blinders on and I didn't know exactly what a walk with God looks like. God has been so gracious in putting men in my life, both family and not family, at just these signposts throughout my life of this is what a godly man does. I'd see one guy who leads in a godly way. I'd see one guy who treated his wife a certain way. I see another guy who was so studied in the Word that you could tell his walk with God was legit and long and strung out in a good way. And there's just been these men God has, in His grace, has put in my path, that I see them, and I want to be that. And then as soon as I get to that guy, I see another guy. I want to be that. So I'm thankful for God's grace in allowing men in my life that show me what it means to be a follower of God. And these men have also been very open about God's grace in their life too. They're humble in their walk. It's encouraging. When I got right out of school, I moved to Tennessee for a while and made good friends and was part of good church and things. But about 6 or 7 months in, I realized I was there just because I wanted to be there. Like, I felt like I had to, I felt like I needed to do something to kickstart something in my life without any conversation with God about going or staying or leaving. I was just a kid that thought I better go do something because I'm out of school. And there was a moment I was on a walk one night, and I wasn't sad or upset. I just didn't know what I should be doing. And I finally paused and asked God, where should I be? What should I be doing? And He didn't give me a definitive answer of where I should go or what I should do, but His presence overwhelmed me, because it was the first time I had actually stopped and asked in a long time. I had gone so far on my own, and for a long time I did so well on my own that I just thought I'll just keep doing it on my own. And I didn't take time to ask. I didn't take time to have that conversation of where I should be going or what I should be doing. It ultimately led me to come back home, where I feel God certainly wants me to be. So there was a moment where I realized I wasn't having a conversation at all. I thought I was close, but I was far away. There's so many men and women in the Bible that have done worse than you have, worse than I have. And God has found them in that mess, and praise God, He doesn't say, hey, when you get out of that mess, come find me. He kicks down the door and He grabs you, He drags you out. And we look at Paul, we look at the awful things he did, hunting Christians and murdering them. And Christ came to him and made him one of His greatest disciples ever, of all time. I mean, you look at character after character, cowardice, debauchery, terrible things, liars, thieves. He saved them all, and He used them all. And somebody that's going through that right now, that feels discouraged, I would just encourage them to press even harder in. Just trust that God's going to make something good out of it. And I know it's hard when it's happening. It's hard for all of us when we're in the valley of it all, but ultimately He's going to pull through. He always does. If you seek Him, you'll find Him every time.